Hey, what's going on, guys? Gulliver here. I'm going to make some video today showing you an analysis of my second wars battle today. Base 1 is kind of easy. I will just show it anyway. It was on first try, first attempt. I just get these three guys here. I just summoned the minions from Blaster close to the FFD, and when the FFD was dead, I used Kulagu and Nemesis Prime combo. You know I love the combo. I'm like, I think that this combo is really good in the beginning of the game because it like clears a lot of random defenses, like before you drop like your medic, your doctor, gunners. Because like you take off the FFD with the minions. It wasn't worth to like waste a skyward from like an FFD that's like basically point blank to you when you respawn. There was absolutely no problem with that. And then I like naturally played and capitalized when I was playing. I still think that the game should at least give us like the SA count, the SA points numbers somehow. But like, I think I played really well this match. Sentius was at Soundwave, as you can see. I just took off Fracas and placed Crate Maker on Nemesis Prime after the match. I think this was without anything. Yeah, I just watched the video of some guys talking about Prima being used in not one shot, aerials, and these not one shot aerials are like tracks, aka Cutthroat and their blades, and you make this stay back on the map with Crate Maker or Singe, Fracas, something like that, like makes it stay back. So I think that's really nice, because you create extra damage stuff. I was using Prima on Cutthroat in my Armada Max team. Same concept, Crate Maker on Cutthroat, to give extra protection. I think I'm going to upgrade some bots. Like this Armada Max team that I play is like kind of useful. Is really useful. I think I'm going to use in more like alternative ways. Maybe like if there is a huge anti-fire around core, like there's something that makes an alternative kind of damage to capitalize. So first thing on this match, I just walked with Headstrong into the to trigger the Titan, and then after the Titan drop, I T2 max to capitalize on damage and activated once or twice Breakneck. But the good part is like I dropped every single one out, and when I dropped every single one out, we were like, what's going on? From where these minions, shark minions, are coming through? It's actually on full tilt. So I was testing. I like to like when we don't have events like in the midweek after raid's gone. You can like you have basically like Friday and basically Tuesday and Friday, like get testing stuff like after raids are gone. So as you can see, a lot of bots with like most of the damage on. Match was completely under control 100% of the time. Yeah, what's really easy to capitalize. It was really nice. I'm not using Full Tilt and Cooligan 5 star because both are at the research lab, as you can see right now. This one, and this one. I upgraded Acid Storm. I think he's a good build bot popper. I think that being able to have Acid Storm and Wild Rider to pop multiple types of build bots for multiple rangers with having different kind of damages is really good. And like, it's the kind of the same concept as my Armada Max team. For example, I go Shockwave and Crankcase to kind of deal the same thing, but they deal the same thing with different kinds of costs. So instead of going 3, 5, 7 on the Shockwave SA, you go 3, 5, 5. Instead of going for the third Shockwave activation, go for the first Crankcase one. And Crankcase has like decent amount of health, damage. Oh yeah, I forgot to place Fracas on it. I was testing Fracas and stuff, and I was using obviously to minimize the waste of resources. I was using Fracas to like taking in and off of teams. So yeah, it was really nice to have these at my disposal. So I use Traxxon. I use Cutthroat I was using Cutthroat instead of the Waspinator. I was like switching around stuff. But anyway, it's the same concept with these two bots. Because if you have, let me guess, Acid Storm and Wild Rider, for example, instead of going directly to the 5 star, to the 5 5 cost on the build bot as the first shot, for example, you go Acid Storm as a build bot popper in the first shot. Then you can go Acid Storm again, depending of the range, depending of the build bot, depending of the defense that you're facing against. And then you go Wild Rider after some damage being established. Then you can switch around between Acid Storm and Wild Rider because their costs on the essays are going to evenly match. So it's basically the same concept. Having guys that do the same thing, but with different with different kind of with different kinds of what's the name costs allow you to do the same thing more times. You have less versatility because your bots do different don't do different stuff. They like serve for the same purpose if you think about it. For a Crankcase and Shockwave is more like that. But for this scenario, I think that's really good because Acid Storm has decent damage to pop defenses as well. I think that if you get the amount of health, if your Acid Storm is like at least at level 60, you can pop what's the name of the guy? Mortars, depending on the level, and turrets. It cannot take out auto cannons, but I think it's really good for taking on other stuff. And like if you have the SA-11, it's even better because it's blitzed stuff, and you go like Cicadone effect where you go like pop something that's really weakened and like spread the acid to the other stuff, regardless if the stuff that you're destroying like is important or not. It's like the spread that's really the thing that matters. And because the cost is so low, 3+2 is like really low. It's worth, and you can save like your Wild Riders for the things that you really want to one shot. Like you don't want to really one shot with Wild Rider as the first thing during the match. You want to do one shots after certain damage is done already, and certain damage is done already, and you take out stuff and reduce the HP level of the things around the thing that you destroyed, and then the second shot you're going for like the MDS, for the shock towers, for the I don't. I think that if something has happened to the shield generator, the third shot can take it out. Yeah, you go first shot something like a laser or a mortar. The second one you go to the MDS that has received some damage. If it kills the MDS, it reduces the level of HP of the shield generator, and the third shot can destroy the shield generator, if I remember correctly. Let me test these if I am not crazy. No, I don't have enough cyber coins. I won't skip like one bot randomly. But you know what I mean? That's the thing on my head. That's like the thing that I do. So I'm really hyped to see what I will be able to do with Coolagoon, Full Tilt, and Acid Storm. So for example, another thing that I'm focusing on at the moment is I'm not sure how you guys build stuff, but like one of the things that I do is that I go, for example, I have like a decent amount of good bots, like the 4 stars down here. Until half shell, they're all going to 50 plus. Under half shell, everything's like 51.7 exactly. On level and SA, on the level of the bot, and the SA level is 7. So theoretically, after the first team I use, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. So there's 11 bots here, plus some 5 stars here. We can basically assume that we can make 4 teams with very, very, very strong bots. Like, if you take a couple of ones down here, we can make like a lot of decent teams with a lot of decent levels. So what I focus on is to make the most versatile teams possible, but like the most efficient ones as well. And like when I'm playing with duos and trios as the videos, like I normally tend to play differently because there is purposes that I don't play like exactly super focusing on taking super value of my activations, of my essays. I'm focused in one strategy, and on this strategy that I'm based on, I'm playing the game, and with this strategy that I'm playing, I try to take the value of the things, but I'm not desperate into it, you know? So, for example, Wild Rider. When I play Wild Rider with my Coolagoon Nemesis combo, for example, if I see an FFD, not Octopunch, sorry. If I see an FFD, I need to take out immediately, as fast as possible, to the Coolagoon to don't die when he's unaffected by Nemesis Prime SA, and to Nemesis Prime as well to don't die when he's immune by his own SA, because I have the SA 11 on the 4 star. So I have to focus on like the strategy, like a lot, and I'm thinking about placing Starscream on this team, on the duo thing, basically. I'm facing most of the time on zone 16, huge HQ 18 with a bunch of FFD guys, FFD cores around. So Starscream can catch this range as well, there's not much problem. But in my second main strategy, which is Wild Rider with Octopunch and Blot, I didn't realize, but I was using Wild Rider close to the zones that the FFD have been popped, and Octopunch was clearing a lot of defense, and I was like, oh my god, Octopunch really busted. And I realized why he was really busted, because I was like making a huge whirlwind on like Skull Smasher, but like to multiple defenses. Because I use Cosmic Rusty Blaster on it, the closer defenses are receiving more damage when I use the SA. So they go round and destroy everything. To the distance ones, and to the far away guys, they have been hit by Wild Rider, and the Wild Rider reduces the HP level of the things. So it's easier for them to capitalize if they have received some amount of damage from the decoy of Block's decoy. So this means that stuff are receiving a lot of damage all the time. Everything like pushes one step and makes its step close to the other one. So it's really really good, really really good. So that's why I think that you should place Wild Rider with Octopunch every single time. Wild Rider with Glitch, Octopunch with a Cosmic Ruby, Wild Rider, an FFD or a Lightning Rod, for example. Then on your defense, you can place like you don't need exactly healers to defend yourself. Like Cutthroat is a defensive thing. Blot is a defensive one. Yes, warriors in general. But like Soundwave Blaster, GNU minions, Run Amok with the damage reduction, depending of the base, the design, Scrapnel and Bumblebee, you stun the thing so it doesn't do damage, so like it's a defensive stuff. So there's a lot of ways to defend yourself. You don't need to be just healing your team to defend your team, you know? And like, I have to admit that I really, really, really underestimated Scrapnel as a 5-star. Because if you think about it, I felt like, man, this is so bad because it has low health, it has low damage, it has a good essay, but like it doesn't have a lot of it. It doesn't give me an unfair advantage as a 4-star, but as a 5-star, it stuns the targets for 10 seconds. That's a lot of seconds. So if it's 0.4 more 5 times, it's 12.4? No, exactly 12. Yeah, exactly 12. It's 12 seconds of stunning. That's a lot. And like, I really felt the difference. Like, I think that Scrapnel as a 5-star, like at least SA 6, is a more of a trustable defense. You know, you don't have the same damage as the 4-star on the percentages here, but because it is a 5-star, the 49.5 based on the 260 damage is bigger than 52 on the 300 damage. Oh no, doesn't it? On the level 50, not this level, but like, you know what I mean. I think that's really really useful, and it's really really good defensive and viable defensive. But and like, if you think about it, as a defense purposes, if you think about it, Cutthroat doesn't have a 5-star. Imagine if it had, and the good stuff it's going to have, because one of the parts of Abdominus, Adominus. Don't remember the name of the guy. Yeah, so it's part of the Abominus combiner. So it's going to eventually receive a 5-star. And with the 5-star Cutthroat, I imagine this combo: Cutthroat and uh, Cutthroat and Scrapnel. You defend yourself of 60% of damage for 17 seconds. So for the long stuff range, mortars depending of the target protocol stuff, lasers and some of the variants of the MDSs, missile launchers. We still didn't have the new anti-air missile launcher thing that's like really crazy in range, but it's going to drop eventually. So you defend yourself of 60% of those things. And for the short things like auto cannons, lasers and stuff, you waste 2 SA point. You waste the Scrapnel SA twice. So you use 2 from the first activation, 4 for the second one, and 2 from Cutthroat. You waste 8 SA points, and you have protection for. You can basically protect a huge area for 10 seconds, or a considerable amount of area for 20, and 60% damage reduction. So that's a lot of protection from just 2-3 simple SA activations, and I'm not even considering a healer in the middle of that. So like, that's a lot, you know. So I really think that I have underestimated it. Don't consider Ravage or anything like that. I think that Prime Core here is like fine, because giving boost to the other guys is like interesting. Like Ravage is just here because like he's one of the minions that's like 5 stars, so every single one is like matching 5, 4. Oh no. Let me show correctly. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay, I'm stupid. And I'm thinking about using Runabout. And it's good because he receives extra damage from the other core, and this special force flak jacket protects Scrapton that already has a very low health. So I think that this couple here is really like nice. I really wanted to say that I'm interested in something to upgrade with Runabout, but I need Heatburn. It's like play a little bit better with him. But normally Heatburn is like on other stuff. I'm not. They are not in something relevant right now because I just find out another combo that I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. But like, is there any other decent stuff with Runabout? Like, I don't know. Outside of like, oh, place fracas on it. I like detach fracas from something, but like, it has a better purposes, I guess. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Maybe like the 3-star version, I guess, but like, what could you place on Runabout that like makes it really good outside of Heatburn? Just leave it in the comments, please, because I really wanted to know and like to explore some different amount of stuff. Another thing I really wanted to show. I tested this on the last YouTube video I made, I guess. I'm not sure if I played and showcased that, but I tried, I guess. And the thing that I wanted to show, guys, is that in the second gameplay here, I had Sentios on full tilt. And you ask me why. Uh, I want to show a thing on to you. So one of the things that I really liked about the mechanics of the game is that with the right tooltips, they can describe with a lot of accuracy what the things do, and you should be good to interpret it. And like this gives you a good gap of like people sometimes think that if you use Micronos with Fireglade, the wave of Micronos is going to make extra healing, but it's not. So the way Fireglade works is that the bot that is using it receives extra healing. If it really heals other stuff like Crankcase, you can't put Fireglade on Crankcase because he's not a what's the name? Because he's not a melee bot. So what happens is that if you place like I'm not sure it is. Yeah, you can't place Fireglade on it. So what happens is I was testing some stuff with Full Tilt, and I really like Full Tilt as a defensive option as well, because with the G1 and hit burn, normally where Full Tilt, hit burn is, it basically stuns one of her opponent's bots, and like really locks him because the timer of the EMP effect of the G1 matches well with the stunning of hit burn, so it basically combos one together with the other and like makes the guy basically stuck. He can't move, he can't do anything basically. If it's the last bot they have in their disposal, they just lose the match because there's no other stuff around to protect it. The guy could have a healer, but the healer is going to be healing, but the guy is stunned, so he doesn't move. So regardless of the SA points they have at their disposal, they're not going to be able to activate it. So I think it's really good. So what happens is I was testing Full Tilt, and I think that Full Tilt was dying a lot, and I wasn't really sure why. And I was like, man, am I doing something wrong? I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but you know, I'm just a really like tester guy and everything. So I place hit burn on Full Tilt, both 3 stars, but there's no problem because I wanted to test how relevant is the healing on Full Tilt with the hit burn. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to say it's really 50% of the healing that impactful. I was thinking about, do I need to like max out 4-star stuff because I don't have the 5-star versions of stuff like hit burn? And I was thinking about it, so I placed Full Tilt. I tested with the 4-star, so send him here. He received a little bit amount of damage. Let me just receive a little bit more. So I was like, okay. Activate, pop, 9-6 from the DPS. But the problem is, he's not healing over the damage done on his SA. He's just healing over his DPS. And I was like, oh, that's something weird, right? Because hit burn, fracas, singe, not singe I guess, but hit burn and fracas describes with the tooltip of you heal over all your damage done, not just because of your DPS, but the SA damage. You should heal because of it, right? And I was like thinking about it, man, there's something wrong, because I have fracas on Full Tilt, and my 4-star Full Tilt has 7k 800 damage. So I was like, man, I just need to replace Hitburn because with Hitburn with Fracas because if Fracas is not working, with Hitburn is not working. So I replaced Full Tilt. Same idea. Take it off. Place Fracas, right? And I have the asset at my disposal, and like, nice, let's go again. And guess what? Same concept. Full tilt. Received a little bit of damage. Activate SA. He's not healing over the damage done by the SA. He's just healing over the damage. But correct me if I'm wrong, but shouldn't this work like that? Because it says heal your bot for 50% of the damage dealt. Like basically every single amount of damage, right? So I just tested one of the bots that I like a lot in the beginning. Where is it? Where is it? Black Arachnia. I really like this bot. I really like this thing. I thought it was a fun bot, and I was like, okay, if Hitburn is not and Fracas are not working on Full Tilt, on Black Arachnia isn't going to function as well, right? Because it's the same concept, it's the damage over the SA. But for my surprise, I always misclick. I hate when I do this, but it's done not to bother too much. So we're going to do this here. You see, it's healing with the SA effect, not just the natural DPS. So I understand that with Full Tilt would be kinda crazy because you basically guarantee 2 shots and destroy stuff on when you have a Full Tilt with a high level, but like it's not working properly. And the same thing works with Fracas. Fracas also heals Black Arachnia while he is on the alternative mode, but like that's what I think that I didn't understood why in the beginning, but when I checked these out, I was like, yeah, kinda whatever. The alternative modes doesn't like do a blast or anything like that. But then I realized that I always thought that like if I go Wild Rider and place Fracas on it, every time I make a super crazy one shot against a huge amount of huge HP defense, I'm going to heal everything that I have. Of everything that I've done with damage on the defense back to me, but I was like using some other stuff. I'm always using my Chronos with Wild Rider on the team. I have a huge amount of like healers like Junk Heap, with Flatline. They're the double of healers that I always use in like wars and stuff. So like he was recovering he was recovering HP, but he was not recovering HP because of that, and I just realized that now, you know. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, I won't. I will make a post on YouTube, showing this to you guys, but I won't just keep crying and like, oh, what do I do now? My butt's not functioning. But I want to give also solutions. So the solution I found out was I still place Fracas on the guy, but I place Quintus Prime. And the idea is, was before previously, I'm going to have a huge amount of healing for hit burn, because I thought that if you heal of the damage done by the essays, being able to heal, like, if it was 100%, it was 7k 800%. So I was like, I was really confused, because if it was working, I was healing like 8k damage, 8k HP all the time, and the bot has 18k damage, 18k HP. So it was like, okay, this bot would be in max health all the time, right? But it wasn't working like that. He was like getting healed by other stuff. So everyone knows Quintus Primes works amazingly with the Soundwave because of the minions. The minions heal Soundwave, blah 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 blah, it keeps him alive and stuff. But using the same concept with Full Tilt, sometimes the minions doesn't drop fast enough with Soundwave, and it gets killed fast, and you don't the prime core just have effect while he is like on the on the base, like everything not exactly in one bot. Like for example, Prime affects other bots, like my Cronus affects other bots, but your bot must be alive to the effect continue. And Quintus is one of these ones. So it was like, yeah, I'm going to pop something in the beginning of the match with Full Tilt and two stuff actually because of the bounce, and it's going to already create two minions that are going to hunt stuff, distract whatever is close to Full Tilt. I'm going to drop the rest of the team, start like healing stuff with Flatline, T2, Fire, close to like your defenses and stuff. And like, okay, I have a plan. And it worked. Like, really nice. I think that I add survivability enough to Full Tilt right now, where like, it's working a little bit better. I think that with Fracas would be kind of stupid if the strategy was working of the essay damage would heal it over the thing, and like it was working with every single bot. I was like testing like Pterodactyl on Kulagoon, and Kulagoon was healing through Pterodactyl as well. So I was like, man, I'm not crazy. Like, is this just Full Tilt not working? I'm not sure, because I think that with the Scouters would be really okay. Let me see a thing. Let me see if Scrap no heals. What happens? No, that doesn't make much difference. I wanted to make a team full of Scouters. Full Tilt, Scrap no, Black Arachnia, all Scouters. Everyone with Hitburn at disposal. Just to sound fun. So, Scrapno's taking damage, Scrapno takes damage. Is it stunned? I missed the bot, isn't it? Oh, I'm so stupid. Sorry. I didn't place the wrong star. I placed the wrong star version of the thing. Yes. I just realized because the minion dropped like randomly. So. Scrap. Abilities ready. Is not healing. So. I'm not sure, man. Sometimes this game is inconsistent with tooltips. It is over. Like, they are a lot like doable in what their description is and how it works. So like, you never really have 100% of sure of it's going to work or not, you know. Uh, and that's why I think that like they should at least make something easier for us to test stuff. I'm not saying give everyone a test server. I don't want to be stupid to say that, but like, is it really necessary to like, I don't know, costing 1 million to like unequip a 5-star version of a combat to the other one? Like, I feel that's like randomly stupid, you know? It's very, very unnecessary. Obviously, that when you're like me and you're testing stuff, you use the low star versions, but if you want to have like a huge notion of uh, the bigger versions, how they are more impactful with like higher stuff, and the low star ones don't have like the percentages that you want, so it's very much harder to test. So you kind of like be like with nothing. G wants to like be upgrading. Every you must be out of sparks, so you don't have to waste your energy on essays and stuff that are close to be upgrading, and you must have no problems with energon on the research gap, for example. So like you must have a lot of stuff like aligned to be like okay to be like unequipping like 10 things and equipping another stuff, and like unequipping back and returning the things to the first bot that you were, and like testing on the second one. So like, you know, I'm not sure if I was clear, but like it was really really like weird sometimes when I'm testing stuff, but like cuz like just to see if something's working, I waste like 3 more times of the energy of like Energon, for example, when I was like playing on PvP and getting the Energon back. Because one zone 15 won't be able to recover with consistency. It's 1,200,000 of Energon to be like switching 5 stars with other bots, for example. Uh, I know that like at some levels, like Energon is not a problem, but like I think that mainly for the low guys, you know, F2Ps, like low HQs, they're like, oh man, I need to have 3 million energon to upgrade my uh, combiner. Such a huge amount of energon. Oh no, like to like HQ 18 players, 3 million energon is like nothing. Recover it back with like one match on zone 16 if you're focusing in playing with a good team, you know. So let me see if the team is working. The things have reset already. Nah, I'll be waiting a little bit more to later to play. I'm trying to like play this full wars without combiners. It's not because of the challenge. The challenge was always there, but like it's just a personal challenge for me. So like, don't need combiners. Just if the HQ is massively OP with like a huge amount of like full power prime cores, that like create a substantial and uh, powerful barrier that you can't cross. You so need a barrier breaker to like be able to penetrate in the area that you want. So the combiner does that for us. In the end, thanks a lot, guys. I think I have showed everything that I wanted in the video of like concepts and stuff and strategies and bugs and weird mistips. I don't know, but you know, stay tuned. I'll be posting more stuff. I'll try to make some posts on the weekend with the Prime Core event. These Prime Core is like going to be an live one with huge amount of good resources. It's a guaranteed Prime Core. Uh, Watch me get Megatronus on this event. It's going to be Megatronus, going to be Megatronus, then Alchemist, then Alpha Trion, then Amalgamous. It's going to be it's going to be exactly this line of sequence. I'm just surrender. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Caliber out. The button I can't click off. Please stop the video.